Before the storm of hatred, Europe blossomed with Jewish life. Communities thrived, rich in culture and tradition. From the bustling streets of Warsaw to the intellectual hubs of Vienna, Jewish voices resonated. Synagogues stood tall, echoing with prayers passed down through generations. Families gathered for Sabbath meals, sharing stories and laughter. Children attended Hebrew schools, their eyes bright with the promise of the future. This was a time of deep-rooted history, of vibrant culture, of unwavering faith. It was a world that would soon be shattered. A shadow began to creep across Europe. The Nazi Party, fueled by hate and twisted ideology, rose to power in Germany. Their poisonous words blamed Jews for the country's problems. Propaganda spread like wildfire, painting Jews as dangerous outsiders. This hate-filled rhetoric resonated with some, while others remained silent. The Nazis preyed on fear and insecurity, slowly poisoning the minds of a nation. The vibrant tapestry of Jewish life began to unravel thread by thread. With chilling swiftness, the Nazis began to codify their hatred. In 1935, the Nuremberg laws were passed, stripping Jews of their citizenship and fundamental rights. These laws were meticulously designed to dehumanize. Jews were branded with a yellow star, marking them as outsiders. They were banned from public spaces, their businesses boycotted. Marriages between Jews and non-Jews were forbidden. The Nuremberg laws were a turning point, a clear descent into legalized persecution. The world watched, often in silence, as the rights of an entire people were systematically stripped away. With terrifying efficiency, the Nazis began to herd Jews into ghettos. These walled-off sections of cities became prisons, isolating Jews from the outside world. Families were crammed into overcrowded apartments. Disease spread rapidly. Food was scarce, hunger a constant companion. Yet, even in these desperate conditions, the human spirit endured. Secret schools were established, keeping hope alive for the children. Acts of kindness, large and small, helped to preserve a sense of community. The ghettos were places of unimaginable hardship, but they also bore witness to the resilience of the human spirit. Section 5. Darkness Falls, the Horrors of Concentration Camps. The darkest chapter of the Holocaust unfolded in the concentration camps. These were places where humanity was stripped away, and the very essence of cruelty was laid bare. The camps were not just prisons, they were factories of death, meticulously designed to exterminate millions. Places like Auschwitz, Birkenau, Treblinka and Sobibor became synonymous with unimaginable cruelty. These names are etched in history as sites of mass murder, where the scale of human suffering is almost incomprehensible. Each camp had its own horrific methods, but the end result was always the same: death and despair. Men, women and children were transported in cattle cars, packed together like animals. The journey itself was a harrowing ordeal, with many perishing before even reaching the camps. Those who survived the journey were greeted with brutality and inhumanity upon arrival. Upon arrival, families were torn apart, their cries echoing in the silence of indifference. Mothers were separated from their children, husbands from their wives. The bonds of family were shattered in an instant, leaving behind a void of unimaginable grief and loss. Many were sent directly to the gas chambers, murdered in a systematic genocide. The gas chambers were the final destination for countless souls, a place where hope was extinguished and life was brutally cut short. The efficiency of this mass murder was chilling, a testament to the cold, calculated nature of the Nazi regime. Those who survived endured forced labor, starvation, and constant terror. They were subjected to grueling work, often in hazardous conditions, with little to no food. The daily struggle for survival was a battle against both the elements and the ever-present threat of death. The camps were a testament to the depths of human depravity, a stark reminder of what happens when hatred goes unchecked. They stand as a somber warning to future generations, a call to remember the past and to ensure that such horrors are never repeated. The legacy of the concentration camps is one of sorrow and a solemn vow: never again. Section 6. Sparks of Hope. Jewish Resistance During the Holocaust. Even in the darkest depths of despair, sparks of resistance flickered. The Jewish people, facing unimaginable horrors, found ways to fight back. Their resistance took many forms, from armed uprisings to cultural preservation. Each act, no matter how small, was a beacon of hope. Across Nazi-occupied Europe, Jews fought back against their oppressors. In the forests and ghettos, brave men and women took up arms, risking their lives to strike at the heart of the Nazi war machine. These partisans carried out sabotage missions, derailing trains and attacking supply lines. Armed resistance groups formed, launching daring attacks against Nazi installations. These groups, often operating in harsh conditions with limited resources, displayed incredible bravery and ingenuity. Their efforts disrupted Nazi operations and provided a glimmer of hope to those suffering under occupation. Underground networks smuggled food and supplies into ghettos, providing a lifeline to those trapped inside. These networks were meticulously organized, with couriers risking their lives to deliver essential goods. They also facilitated communication between resistance groups, coordinating efforts across vast distances. Acts of cultural defiance, like secret schools and religious observances, helped to preserve Jewish identity in the face of annihilation. These clandestine activities were a form of spiritual resistance, maintaining traditions and educating the young, ensuring that the Jewish heritage would endure. These acts of resistance, both large and small, serve as a powerful testament to the human will to survive and to fight for freedom. The legacy of Jewish resistance during the Holocaust is a reminder of the resilience and courage of those who stood against tyranny, ensuring that their stories of bravery and defiance continue to inspire future generations. Section 7, A New Dawn, Liberation and its Aftermath. As the Allied forces advanced across Europe, the horrors of the Nazi regime were revealed to the world. Liberation came in 1945, but for many it was a bittersweet victory. The survivors emerged from the ashes, forever scarred by the trauma they had endured. Millions were gone, their voices silenced by hatred. Families were shattered, their homes lost. The world grappled with the enormity of the Holocaust, vowing never again. The survivors, carrying the weight of memory, began the long and arduous process of rebuilding their lives. Section 8. Remembering for the Future, the Importance of Holocaust Education. The Holocaust stands as a stark warning from history. It is a reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of unchecked hatred. Holocaust education is not just about remembering the past, it is about shaping a better future. By learning about the Holocaust, we gain a deeper understanding of the dangers of prejudice, discrimination, and indifference. We must listen to the stories of survivors, bear witness to their experiences, and honor their memories by fighting for a more just and compassionate world. Section 9. Never Again, Combating Anti-Semitism and Intolerance. The phrase "never again" is a call to action. It is a solemn vow that the horrors of the past will not be repeated. It is a commitment to remember the atrocities of the Holocaust and to ensure that such inhumanity is never allowed to take root again. Anti-Semitism, the hatred that fueled the Holocaust, sadly still exists in our world today. It festers online, spreading through social media and dark corners of the internet where hate speech is allowed to thrive unchecked. It rears its ugly head in acts of vandalism and violence, targeting synagogues, Jewish cemeteries, and community centers. These acts of hate are not just attacks on property, but on the very fabric of our society. And it finds fertile ground in the hearts of those who seek to divide us, those who preach intolerance and bigotry. These individuals and groups aim to sow discord and fear, undermining the principles of equality and justice. We must be vigilant in combating anti-Semitism in all its forms. This means not only addressing overt acts of hate, but also challenging the subtle, insidious ways in which anti-Semitism can manifest. We must stand up to bigotry and discrimination wherever we see it. Whether it is in our schools, workplaces, or communities, we have a responsibility to speak out and take action. We must educate ourselves and others about the dangers of intolerance. Education is a powerful tool in the fight against hate, helping to build understanding and empathy among people of all backgrounds. Only by actively promoting empathy, understanding, and respect can we truly honor the memory of the 6 million Jews and countless others murdered during the Holocaust. It is through these actions that we can build a more inclusive and compassionate world, and work towards a world where such atrocities are never repeated. By remembering the past and taking decisive action in the present, we can ensure a future free from the scourge of anti-Semitism and intolerance.